$1 million, but when you climax,
Oh god.
Oh.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's do it right now.
What?
Let's use this scenario.
Go ahead.
Let's do it right
And
now.
Die Hard started a
I
trend.
hate Speed 2.
Why?
That's pretty
It's
bad.
horrible.
It's kind of like, it's more of a watch it because it's laughably bad.
Yes.
There are a few parts that I thought Sandra Bullock was pretty funny.
I'm sorry, but
When she
she's a great actress, but she sucks in that movie.
She cuts open the door with the chainsaw and she's like revving it. Can you guys get out?
If you back up with the saw,
What? If you back up with the saw!
we'll give it a try.
It's so bad.
It is very bad writing. It is very bad.
Bad.
But I always thought of it as more of an action type than a funny movie, and it turns out this, like, as an adult watching it, it's a terrible
It's
film.
horrible.
That was a great
That's great.
quote of by
Yeah.
John.
I can quote Speed too.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Garfield and Friends from Pickle
Oh,
Fanboys.
Now, which one?
The second one, not the
Yes.
first one.
This one.
Times are here.
Yeah, I hate that one.
It doesn't matter. That's
Well,
just an
yes,
image.
but there are two
There's
actual
two-
songs.
there's two of them.
Oh,
The
well,
second
that's what they.
one-
That's he sent me a picture.
Ready?
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 To
Party!
We're ready
To party.
We're ready. I hope you bring lots of spaghetti. Come on down to Garfield and Friends. Come on in. It's time to party with Garfield,
Garfield
and
and
Friends.
Friends.
And then I think there's another
I
verse.
love how we all know that one.
I think there's another verse.
There
in it.
is. It's a little bit more to it.
Oh my god, I'm like tearing up
I
here.
just
It's
got
good
a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot! You okay?
You're gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't.
Do it.
No!
Put your
Oh shoot!
Ah! Put it out. Now flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there.
Give me your...
Help me! My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
I'm doing some friggin' Christmas trivia. Welcome back to PTO Unlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex, and I
This-
can what?
You can hear me now.
Oh, okay.
This is episode 330.
3:30. Man, end of January already.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Guys, it's
What?
episode 330 on 130.
Yeah, I guess so. That's a little ironic. Alex, 8 years ago, Life is Strange, episode 1 was released.
8?
8 years ago.
Damn.
And we played that a long time ago.
It
You
doesn't
ever played
feel
it?
like it was that long
No.
ago.
Rick
played it, I know
you
that.
would- Ooh.
I don't know.
Well,
if
you liked
maybe
Walking Dead. It's choose your own adventure kind of style.
Yeah.
You might like it. I don't know. It was a really it
yeah,
got
I
game
mean,
of the
it
year,
does-
indie game of the year.
It did, yeah.
It was really oof.
It's very it's
I don't.
it's
you
a
have
strong
to have, you
game.
Have, you have to have a good mental state though
yeah,
to play it.
That's for sure. It's
And that's yeah, that goes without saying. But yeah, released today, episode 1. I don't know if it. I miss those episodic releases. They don't do that much anymore.
no.
No,
Mm-mm.
everything's gone to just like season, and that's it. Season. This dog is.
This is kind of relevant to the
You good? We can transition. I'm gonna.
episodic release. So the last couple Hitman games have been released episodically. Like the missions were released, so the whole game hasn't released. Each mission was released like I said, episodically.
Yeah, they don't do that with a lot of games, is what I was.
And now I guess like they are going to release all 3 most recent Hitman games as one big open world kind of universe, is what I read.
Interesting.
So you literally have 3 games worth of content in one giant open world, which I thought was an interesting concept.
Who develops that game?
id Software, I think.
That is crazy that franchise has gone on as long as it
Yeah.
has, and it's kind of stayed like, just it hasn't been hugely up there, like
It's just
way
it's been a
big announcements, big releases. I mean, when it got rebooted, it was pretty big.
When Hitman Absolution was kind of its reboot.
Yeah,
I don't know why I played that, but I really enjoyed it, and
of course you would have. It's strategic.
it is, but it's kind of it has a hint of similarity to Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
But I tried a second playthrough and it just wasn't hitting for me like it did the first time. And I only tried playing the first Hitman once, and it never did anything. It never did what my original Absolution playthrough did. So
Oh, it's a
I
shame.
enjoy it, and honestly, I would rather watch walkthrough videos than actually playing it, because it's more disguises. It's not hiding in the shadows like you do with Splinter Cell. It's disguises and creating distractions, and that was just never my kind of stealth gameplay.
I've what was the most stealth game I probably played? I think I did play a little bit of Hitman. I don't know if I did. I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. There's a lot of
Blood Money, which was on the
Assassin's Creed.
360. That one was really good. Like it was reviewed really well, and a lot of people love that one.
Choose your own adventure. Is it choose your own adventure kind of style too? Like if you do something a specific way, the rest of the game
affects your character.
No, it's more of here's the target, and you decide how you want to eliminate the target.
Okay.
So it's kind of like create your own adventure in terms of however you want to kill him. You can. Like I remember there was one mission in Absolution where you had to kill this guy at a club. It was basically a strip club, but it wasn't. So I hid. Like I went back to where they get private dances, and I hid behind the mirror. And after the girl left, he's like admiring himself in the mirror, and I shot him in the head through the mirror.
Oh, whoa!
Brett's like, I remember that to a T.
That's awesome. You've got a lot of Hitman memories there.
Yeah. Speaking of video games, do we want to talk about 007?
Oh yeah, that just came out on Switch and.
Do you want to talk
Xbox.
about that now, or are we planning on watching? Because we got to talk about the playoffs.
I just figured we were on
retro game style.
Okay.
games,
Let's
and
just,
it was.
well, we just talk about 007 real quick.
Yeah, I mean it's nothing like
different impression than
huge.
us. I love it.
I love it too. Love it.
I am enjoying it. The auto aim is not that difficult to
No,
do
and I love that they do that.
It's kind of got the same game. The dog is gonna mess with our soundboard here in a second.
He's being bad.
Yeah, he's really being a terrier.
He's been sleeping all day.
Talk about it now. Talk about your impression.
Speaking of, I love how you guys both have said, "Oh, this auto aim bullshit." I don't like it.
Well, I am hearing in that group that I often talk about a lot of people not liking it.
I don't,
because I think they have unrealistic expectations in 2023.
So the thing is that my hands and brain are trying to play Call of Duty, and I can't.
Well,
I'm trying to tell myself
you can't aim down the sights if that's what you're trying to do.
No, like it doesn't.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know the auto aim and everything. Josh tried to mess with my settings and stuff to make it easy.
What she means?
I don't think he knows what I mean.
I don't know what you mean.
It doesn't work the same.
What are you talking about?
The auto aim and stuff. Like
it's easy.
You can tell when the gun is snapping to auto aim.
When I'm using, it's just so much different than when I first played it. As far as controls go,
honestly, I think the auto aim is more accurate on this version than the original version.
I think more accurate, yes, but I think I'm over correcting myself is what it is.
I don't think you need to correct it all.
You don't. Yeah. Why would you overcorrect? It's doing it for you.
You're gonna have to watch me try to play. I can't even get through the first level.
there's
I don't
there's
understand
not
how you're
even
having such a
hardly
struggle
any
bus
shooting
on it.
if you didn't want to in the first level.
It's just not the same that I remember. No, I like watching Josh play and like I remember how it all
I've
goes. But
already finished it, and
I haven't
finished
played
an
much.
agent playthrough. I'm starting on a secret agent, but I've also done a couple speed runs for achievements on a few levels. But it's all it is it they redid the controls for dual sticks.
Yeah.
And they I mean, it's not an improvement in graphics, but for once you can play this game without it feeling like you're looking through a Coke bottle.
Right.
I mean that
It's
yeah.
not gritty.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got the grittiness is fine because you understand the retro
Exactly.
style, but it's not meant for a CRT.
Yeah.
It's meant for an LED.
Exactly.
So
I
That's
think
what
it's
we want
just
out
the
of it.
two thumbsticks are messing me up
why?
quite a bit. Well, I'm also not being a secret agent playing it. I'm trying to be Master Chief playing it. I'm trying to go in and just instead of like sneakily hiding and sneaking up on people.
You don't really
and-
need to sneak, though, is the thing.
You can. I'm more like get the headshots before they notice me and destroy the alarms. I'm going right into a secret agent.
And they even changed it to when you do hold the left trigger and have the reticle come up.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It was independent movement on the 64, where this is it still does it with the stick, so you
Yeah.
can control
You
it.
can toggle that too.
Maybe you and I need to load it back up. You need to see how I'm playing
You need to see how I'm playing.
or that.
Yeah.
Because it was frustrating me, and I eventually said, "Fine, I'm done." And
I'll
I
do the
jumped
dam
off
all over again.
I jumped
just
off
to-
the dam,
just
so I was
to-
like, "Whatever, I don't care."
Maybe I'll just have you play it on my thing the way I have it set, not the way
Mhm.
you do, and you can just see if you like it. I
Okay.
love it.
Yeah, it's
I want some more of it.
I've never thought, because of the licensing nightmare that this is, that I would ever be able to play it on an Xbox with achievements.
Yeah,
So
I'm very happy about that. I've got it on the Switch as well, ready to play, but I just
and I'm because of the whole James Bond thing and the Rare thing, because Microsoft owns Rare,
Mhm.
that's where the licensing nightmare comes in. So it was a long time coming, but I'm glad it
God, it came so quickly too. We knew it was coming, but we didn't have much time. It was like it was like Tuesday. We got the announcement that it was coming Friday. It was right after
There
our
was
show, basically.
several rumors, at least the end of December and early January. that it
Leaks,
was
yeah, but we
coming-
don't believe
coming,
leaks.
Rumors.
Yeah,
So-
until it actually is out, we don't really believe that anymore.
Yeah.
It's really hard to say for those kinds of things when people are like, "Oh, but this is a real substantial one," and it never happens. It's like, "Oh, okay. Where's your substantiality? Have you lost all credibility?" It really sucks when that
Like
happens.
whoever leaked or reported that 343 was done with.
Oh,
Halo.
it
With Halo,
felt
and
official.
343 came out and said, excuse me.
Wait a minute.
No.
We're still here.
I wonder if that was just a misquote that somebody, or even if they just because
Maybe they did it
the
themselves to get attention.
the director of 343 is leaving,
Mm-hmm.
so maybe they just deduced it and decided to.
This
Done it.
must mean something.
Yeah.
This means something. Let's talk about the NFL real quick. We got 2 games to talk
So
about.
my Super Bowl picks are done.
Yeah,
So
kind
the
of
first
crazy.
game was crazy because Brock Purdy got hurt in the first quarter. Josh Johnson comes in, who has been in the league for like 13 years, or he's been in the league a long time, been with 13 different teams, has had his third go around with the Niners.
Yeah.
He gets concussed. Brock Purdy's elbow's hurt. He comes back in, can't throw the ball. Can't throw more than a screen.
It was literally the worst 49ers I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean,
It was like the worst NFL game.
Yeah.
you can't.
It was a
if
mess.
you can't throw the ball and the defense
and
knows
and they
it,
know it.
what are you supposed to do?
I don't know.
So, like, you can't really blame the 49ers. They've gone through 4 quarterbacks this year. So
Well, being on a 5th string, we were talking about on my stream last night. We're like, at this point, their luck was just pick somebody that's in college football in the crowd and say, "Can anyone throw a football?"
McCarthy threw for 1 touchdown, though, didn't he?
there are plenty. He did in the early, like his first game there. He threw a touchdown pass, and
They lost that game.
He was that was the only game that
Yeah.
they lost since he got there. But he was the emergency quarterback, McCaffrey, and they chose not to have him taking snaps.
This is not how the Eagles wanted to win, I'm sure. They wanted to prove, but a
they'll
win's
take
a
it.
win, I'm sure.
They'll if they're looking to prove something, they'll do it in the Super Bowl, because the second game was the Chiefs at, or no, the Bengals at the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Now, I picked Cincinnati when we did our Super Bowl picks, and going into before this game started, I had no confidence that they would win this game.
I had no confidence that this game was gonna be a less than a clincher.
So,
and it came down to it.
Mike Hilton, who's on the defense, early in the week said they were gonna, to what degree of seriousness, who knows, but made a comment about changing the name of Arrowhead to Burrowhead because Joe Burrow's won there like the last 3 times.
Mm-hmm. Not
so
a
right
good
there,
idea.
that's a bad idea. I mean, you like to say, athletes don't need extra motivation to win. That's what they do. They want to win, but
yeah.
they do kind of take things personally, and that is one thing to take personally. And I think a big deal was made about of Mahomes' ankle because it was a high ankle sprain, and he's a mobile quarterback in the sense that he moves around a lot.
He does.
So if you take away some of his mobility, that can affect his play. However, they didn't miss a beat. They were not afraid of the Bengals. And even, I'm thinking the Bengals look better right now, but it is really hard to beat a team 4 times in a row.
Mm-hmm.
If you get them 3 times, that's pretty good. But the 4th time, especially with Andy Reid,
yeah,
ugh.
There's a couple of calls people are upset about.
So
the last drive.
I know I've said a lot of times that I don't like to blame refereeing and officiating. Both of these games, I felt the road teams got a lot more calls against them than the home teams. It's not that they were bad calls. It's the fact that they were getting tons of flags or getting just flag, yet the home team was not.
It felt very...
and again,
it felt like they were being picky.
You can't... The Bengals did not lose because they got more flags than the Chiefs.
But that last drive was where it was kind of iffy.
So
there was a holding call that wasn't called.
There was a holding call. There was the 3rd down play that they just got to do again because they didn't stop the clock in time because the timekeeper didn't have the clock right.
Timekeeper has a whistle, didn't use it.
The ref says before the 3rd down play, hey, set the clock to this. He didn't get it set. They run the play, and right as soon as the ball is snapped, a ref, 30 yards down the field saying, wait. So they just get to redo that play after they didn't convert the 3rd down. Zach Taylor is going nuts on the sideline, and I don't blame him one bit.
What about the intentional grounding, no call, and call? Kelsey was right there for Patrick Mahomes' toss. Burrow's intentional grounding, there was no one there.
Well, it didn't get through, but he got called for that.
Yeah, but people are upset about that call, and they think that was...
Again, it's understandable to be upset, but they did not lose the game because of bad calls. Burrow did not play well.
Right.
He was sack after sack after...
He did. He threw a really stupid, bad interception.
When it's just me and Brett, I have a camera set for that now.
When you do it again.
Do that again. That really messed me up.
It doesn't even look like a split screen.
No, it doesn't. You did a really good job.
I just added that today.
I was like, wait,
where am I?
Wait a second.
Alex is out of the show.
The one thing I
don't
will
make me
say,
mad, Alex. I'll cut you out.
The one thing I will say, and this is not, so a lot of people are saying Joseph Osai, he hits Patrick Mahomes going out of bounds to get a late flag, or not a late flag, a flag for roughing the passer that gives him an extra 15 yards.
Did you see the other camera angle?
No.
I'll pull that up.
Yeah.
Can't you just tell me?
You can see.
It's very obvious.
I can show it. It's fine. Jeez.
Yeah.
Are you in a hurry?
No, but I'm just. It's derailing my.
Continue
keep going.
your conversation.
You can
about
keep doing
it.
that while.
So it's not a bad call. It's the correct call. He hit him while going out of bounds.
Mm-hmm.
That is a flag. What people don't talk about, or what Bengals fans don't want to admit, is that they punted for the beginning of that drive right to the guy who returned it for 27 yards to give him quite the kick, head start, whatever you want to call it, on that drive.
I don't know if you're gonna see the top down.
Just let me look for a second. The thing is, it's really, man. I'm looking up the call. This one up here looked promising, and I can probably find the side to it. But you can
I don't
see
know where you found it.
right there is where he
Whatever
gets hit.
what is the camera angle you're trying to find suggesting?
The
It was
line
a top
angle.
down.
You can actually see the line where he's hit, how
Mhm.
far in on this line he's hit to prove that they are actually out of bounds far for that call.
It was the correct call.
Okay,
There's
I
no
thought you
doubt
were
about it.
arguing that.
No. What I'm saying is, Joseph Osai, you cannot make that mistake.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
You know.
I thought you were saying
No.
the
That was
mistake
definitely
shouldn't
a
have
late
been.
hit. It should have been a flag. You can't in that situation. You cannot hit Patrick Mahomes, who's scrambling on one leg, out of bounds.
So both of them injured or hurt their leg on that roll. By the
Mhm.
way, I
Yeah.
hear that Patrick Mahomes rolled his ankle in a non-human way, and he just walked normally. He shouldn't have.
Well,
And then Osai did something too.
Osai, like,
they both kind of slid into the bench, and you could see Osai anyway was wincing like as soon as he. came
if
to a
you saw
stop.
the slow motion, like the replay, his leg goes stiff forward. I think it was his right leg goes forward, and then it like twists in a really bad way where it looks like a snap of an ACL.
Yeah.
Like if he didn't, I'd be surprised.
It's
they, like, hit
possible-
that.
Yeah, they went down hard, and I even in real time I'm like, oh,
You could
it
hear
did not
it.
look good. I can imagine Patrick Mahomes may not have even been able to feel his affected ankle.
I
They probably
hope
shot it up so hard.
Oh,
that,
probably.
I
he
hope he's
might have been
okay for the
playing
Super
on like
Bowl.
a peg leg.
So he has a full week of full. He's gonna
He-
do some hydrotherapy
He
or
could.
something.
It's possible he may not even practice till the Super Bowl.
Oh, he won't.
Or
He might just do a lot of PT.
He'll do a lot of yes, maybe some walkthroughs.
Mhm.
But there's really no reason for
He
him to
doesn't-
practice.
Do you think he would need? Maybe he'll practice on that Friday
Yeah, I mean, at
because
least
it's
To
get
warm
out,
it up
Week,
kinda
he'll be on the
thing,
get out
field.
and test its
Yeah.
mobility and just the strength. But there's the
How
bigger.
much time is there?
What do you
He's
mean?
got 14 days, right? That's a lot of time.
That's
There's
a lot.
there's a bigger story here, and
God, okay, so there's people are saying that NFL is so rigged because are you going to talk about the matchups that are happening at this moment?
no,
Oh, I will have when you're
but I
done,
do
then.
think
I
that
thought that's where you're going.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all if the NFL would have preferred to have Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl versus Joe Burrow, because Joe Burrow is kind of an arrogant, cocky type.
Well, you got Andy Reid facing his former team in the Super Bowl,
Exactly.
and
Just
then you
a good
got
story.
the
Kelsey versus
Kelseys,
The
So,
Kelseys.
That's
which
prob-
I didn't
it's-
know that there was a Kelsey on the
Yeah,
Eagles.
he's
I
an-
didn't know
he's
that
an
either.
O-line. You did, because Rick mentioned it when we went on week 2.
He
to
did.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
He did mention
gonna
it.
remember
I
that.
mean, I didn't remember that until you just mentioned
I
it.
mean, you can tell me anything that happened on week 1 through 5,
So
maybe, and I
you
won't
knew
even
for
remember.
a minute, and then you forgot.
Yeah,
or
it's
you
not.
didn't
It's
retain, I
not.
should
Not
say.
my team, not my problem.
So yeah, I would say that that's the more attractive matchup.
right.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of people weeping about that, but we'll go on.
I mean,
Yeah.
any team that loses whines that they lost, and it's easy to blame the officials. It's just
Mhm.
it's the first. easy
49ers
thing to
got
do.
so screwed, though. You
They
know
did, but it wasn't dirty or anything. It was.
They just
a
played the
football- It
game.
was a football thing.
bad
You know?
luck,
Yeah.
year for them, kind of
Sure.
good to just a full bad. You know,
I
they
mean,
lost 3 quarterbacks.
I've never heard of 4 quarterbacks in 1 year getting hurt.
Okay, yeah,
and then
I guess
you still
that,
made it.
You
to
know,
the
I didn't
playoffs.
actually. I didn't think about the 4th quarterback. He did get hurt in the game
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Did he get concussion?
Mhm.
concussion.
That's what I thought. And then they had to bring in freaking new McCaffrey. I couldn't believe that as
He-
2 plays or
he-
something.
Well, yeah, they wildcatted just a couple, but Purdy came in and he couldn't do more than throw a screen pass.
To the line.
But
I didn't see him go farther than that. Man.
I hadn't talked about the bigger story that I was trying
Yeah,
to
yeah.
say.
Go on.
Patrick Mahomes it's possible. I don't know if he'll ever get as many Super Bowls as Tom Brady,
No.
but he may be the most talented quarterback the league has ever seen.
Seeing the GOAT,
Physically talented.
greatest of all time.
The greatest is always measured by Super Bowls,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why it's easy to call Tom Brady the best, especially since he won one outside of New England.
I'm calling this for next season if the Chiefs win this year, which be kind of wild. That the Eagles have been on such a streak.
Yeah.
They need to be shut down.
And honestly, this is the best matchup. It's 1 seed versus 1 seed.
Yes, yes. Which I do have some audio to play here in a second. About the 1 seeds. Anyways, we've got this matchup happening in Arizona, and now everyone's just like, I don't know. Super Bowl weekend is it gets people pumped. Are you gonna watch the Pro Bowl?
I wouldn't mind. Well, there's no game this year, so I wouldn't mind checking it out just to see the kind of skills competition.
They didn't.
So there's a flag football.
It's
game.
flag football.
So yeah, I'll see if it's worth my time.
Is it the Mannings? Is that what they're kind of?
The Eli's coach of the NFC and Peyton's coach of the AFC.
All right, so we're gonna play this real quick here.
What,
You're gonna have to plug
give some
yourself in.
context?
Yes.
You unplugged me?
Well, what? Alex can probably help you out. Alex will do it. She is gonna drop the.
It's okay. We're good.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Are you gonna give some context to this?
No,
you
don't
don't
need it. Don't need it.
I want to say Kansas City
I thought Minnesota went
and
against
Philly.
Buffalo. Maybe Buffalo went twice back to back against something.
Kansas City and Philly.
Kansas
so you're
City
picking
and
the
Philly.
2 number 1 seeds.
I mean, I've watched them throughout the season. I'm like, Philly. I also feel like can mess it up. I feel very good about Kansas City. Very good. That was
Very
really
good.
it. I was like, this
Alex
is the first time.
wins
First
the picks.
time!
I had to be like, if you get this,
Even though
you get to rub it in Brett's face.
well, I
Why
didn't want
does
to
she
rub
get
it.
to
I
rub it?
wanted.
She got
It
the
was.
picks.
Why
It was
do-
more
When
like
has
is
she
it
ever
rubbed
done
in-
this?
Why is it rubbed in my face?
Because she
Why
is
isn't
the
it rubbed in
least
your
sports
face?
person of all of us.
It's not that. It's not that. I didn't want to rub it. I just wanted to be like, look at how far I've come.
Now, had I said, Alex, there's no way it's going to be Kansas City and Philly, she could
Then
rub
I
it
could
in my
rub it in.
face.
You did say, but the number 1 seeds is not a good pick. I do remember you saying that, though.
Can you prove it?
It's more like an
I'm not gonna
easy
pull that
pick.
back up.
But
I'm not
it was
saying that I
really
didn't
You're
funny
saying
say
it's
that.
not a wise choice.
Well,
I do remember
it's-
it was something along those lines.
Well, yeah, just because most of the time
It
it's
never
not,
happens.
right?
we were watching the game last night, and my pick choice was different. I picked Cincinnati to win.
So she was
Yeah.
rooting for
and I threw
both.
16 points down on it.
I will maintain, and we'll never know that if Purdy doesn't get hurt, I still think San Francisco wins that game.
Right.
And
I
not to mention, we
agree,
didn't even talk
I
about
agree.
the fact that the first ref faux pas was Devontae Smith's long catch was not a catch, and they missed that, which San Francisco did not challenge.
Giants
and
got away with it against the
Devontae
Vikings.
Smith, he on purpose. I guess there's a signal when to hurry up and get to the line. He made that signal. They got up, snapped it. That was totally not an accident. He knew he didn't
They
catch the
knew.
ball.
They
And all you
knew.
got to do is get up and run a play, and it doesn't matter anyway. And that was a 4th down major catch.
That would have
conversion
changed the
that
momentum.
Led
Yeah.
to a touchdown. And
So
yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe Brock Purdy doesn't get hit then.
people said that catch happened. Yeah, whatever. Move on. And I said, and they said
I
take the
saw
touchdown
you-
off. And I
I
said
saw that.
momentum.
Absolutely.
Like seriously, if you have a team rolling, they will continue to
Sure.
steamroll.
And it got him really close to the goal
It's
line. So
upsetting.
but I will say that congratulations to our buddy Rick, even though he just won a Super Bowl in 2017. So
Yeah, his team he gets to root for.
Mhm.
I'll be rooting for the Chiefs. Go
yeah, me
Chiefs.
too.
Yep, Chiefs. Sorry, Rick. It's Chief
Don't
Chief
apologize.
Town.
I'm just. When did they win? They won the year after the Eagles, I think.
Chiefs won in
So-
2020.
2020. Okay.
So it's
So I remember
official.
watching it in quarantine.
I have won the It Be Like
you
That
win?
podcast season. I
Nice.
cannot lose next week. I can't, or the Super Bowl. I can't lose because
Okay.
I am ahead by 30 points.
Nice.
I can't lose.
You know who would be in first place if I remembered probably 4 weeks in a row to actually do my picks on time?
So what's the
So the ranking is Mr. L at 1492 with a win-loss of 169 to 98. Let me refresh this, make sure this is correct. Yes, okay. And then it's number 2 is Angry Dad.
which is Ben? Is that his name?
I believe so.
I believe it's
keep
Ben.
on asking every time.
That's because we don't know who.
1466.
So it's 1468 to 1466.
1492 to 14.
So you smoked him.
I am way up, and he's sitting at 164 to 103. I just want to say the win loss because Brett, you have the best win loss.
I thought
You do.
That's. I'm proud of that. You know.
Yes.
You're in third at 1445, and you're sitting at 171 to 94. Your win loss.
I stayed under 100.
Alex, you went to fourth place.
Oh, it went up.
You went up
So
to
wait a minute,
1440.
So I finished third. Alex fourth.
But you're still the Super
I mean,
Bowl
there's
pick.
still the Super Bowl,
Right.
but I mean, it might
And
change
then
a
is
little
Patrick
bit.
fifth?
You two are.
We're fighting for
You
third
have
place,
5
basically.
points. 5 points apart. You're fighting for third.
Yeah.
Wow.
You two. So
Who's
I'm
gonna
in
win the
first,
Super
and I
Bowl,
win.
Brett?
I'm not telling you. I'm picking.
So, well, I mean, that is
And we
happening
still
on
have
this
to
show.
make our
Or are we
predictions
waiting a
for
week?
the show.
Well, we can't really.
Yeah, we'll have to.
We have
make
to
it
do it
this
today.
week.
We'll have to.
Yeah.
Well, we can make it next Sunday.
Yeah,
because
we
it's
can.
the we'll make it next
we
Sunday.
can.
We'll make our Super Bowl picks, which will be Philly and Kansas City, and
Pick the winner and the score.
Oh, that's right.
Philly is getting the 64 percentile.
Really.
I-
It's probably just because of Mahomes.
Yeah, the line will move, based on what his status is. And one thing we didn't mention is that as the greatness that he showed, his top 3 receivers went out, and even Kelsey was banged up.
So look at Mahomes throwing to backups.
Yeah, I mean he's just.
There were some
You know-
throws that he made yesterday that I was like,
he's
he
just.
And there was some throws he couldn't throw like he would normally because he couldn't get set because of his foot. It's just goes
man.
to show the great players show up in the playoffs and
Right.
and prevail.
God, people are so upset with Tony Romo.
Why?
I mean, did you hear him? I mean, he was just all over the quarterbacks
just,
on this.
Gushing about
People
him.
tell him to
Sure.
shut up.
I mean, the entire sports media is gushing about Patrick Mahomes today.
So yeah, it's either you get Tony Romo or you get Collinsworth. They're
Yeah.
both gonna be all about Mahomes.
Well,
What a play!
And Romo was a quarterback, so there's no surprise there.
exactly. So yeah, we'll do our Super Bowl picks.
I mean, yes, he's doing that. It's not like it's misguided or he doesn't deserve the praise that he gets. He just gets a lot of it. He's
it's
that
a
good.
little gushy.
It is absolutely gushy. Sure,
I don't like that word.
gushy.
Gushy.
That's a word that you don't like, huh?
I guess gushy.
Gushy.
I like gushers, but I don't like the word gushy.
Okay, we'll call it what you want then.
I don't know.
You know, kind of thinking about it, I don't really either.
Schmoozing him.
Yeah, there you go. I'm fine with that one.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do a little bit of playing and watching, because I've got a few other things to talk about. As far as watching goes,
I watched a few things.
Yeah, go ahead, because Alex and I have a
So
segment we're
I
probably gonna
watched
do.
the Pepsi Where's My Jet documentary that
What?
on
What the
Netflix.
fuck?
You guys told me about it.
We did?
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I really don't. What is it?
It's on Netflix. It's the story about in 1995 Pepsi did Pepsi points for stuff,
Yeah.
and they on their commercial they offered the jet,
Oh yeah.
and the guy decided he was going to get the jet.
This was in that country went wild for Haiti or
Oh,
no? It wasn't Haiti.
It comes out there was a Pepsi had a major scandal in the Philippines.
Was
is that what it is? It was the
But-
Philippines?
But this was an American story. Like this happened in America.
All right,
Maybe
what's
I'm
it on?
thinking, maybe I'm crossing
Netflix.
stories.
Netflix? Okay, we gotta watch it.
Okay.
I
Because
don't-
you and
I
I
don't-
just looked dumbfounded, like
We told you to do what?
what?
I also watched. It's called The Perfect Bid, about the guy who went to The Price is Right several times all of his life.
Oh,
yeah.
Basically learned all the prices and helped people win, and it was kind of.
Didn't they do
We
a
watched-
SNL or something
No,
of it?
Sure.
Alex, we've watched a thing on this already. It might have been that.
It might
I
have-
think we watched that probably, but I think there was an
This
SNL or
came out a
something
while
skit
ago?
about it.
I don't remember when it was filmed.
We
but-
might have watched this already.
Or is
because
it in a movie? Is
because
it like scary
I think
movie or
I think
something?
like one of the times he got up there, I think Bob Barker recognized him or something.
Yeah,
and
well,
he's
he-
like, "You finally
he-
got up here."
Yeah.
Yeah, we did watch that.
Mhm.
Yeah, we did.
And he knew all the prices
He
except
does.
for
He
the final.
basically wrote some programs on the computer,
Yeah.
game show type, to help him learn.
We did watch it. 'Cause
Yes.
I remember that.
This was a while back.
Yeah, he went like all out on it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I really
And then
don't
I watched
remember.
a show. I watched Wednesday.
And
I liked it.
Okay. What is going on with you?
I don't know. I don't even know why I watched it.
I don't know.
Like something's happening to Brett.
I guess something's happening to you.
I'm like, well, the early parts of the last 2 weeks, I haven't been able to sleep, so I've been watching.
Oh, he's
lot
gone
of
mad.
stuff.
That's what it is.
I watched. I started it, and yeah, I really enjoyed it actually.
Okay.
Did you watch the whole thing?
I couldn't stand Morticia and Gomez, so
Yeah, but they're only in 2 episodes.
I heard that they were in more. That's why we shut it off.
They're in
so.
like 1 episode right in the middle.
He gets arrested or something.
He does, and
Yeah.
and then they're gone. So
I couldn't make it
Did
through
you
like
just
20
watch the-
minutes.
you couldn't even get through the first episode.
Mm-mm.
I thought we finished
Nope.
it. I thought we
Nope,
went back.
we shut it off. There was a part in the first episode where some guy gets eaten or attacked by
I
some
think that's the
werewolf-looking
end.
thing, and then we shut it off.
That's not the end of the episode?
The
I don't know.
I don't remember. if it's the
Yeah.
end,
I just
but-
remember you were cooking dinner.
You are binging shows now.
Josh
Well,
got up to
that's
cook
the
dinner,
only-
came back, and I was like, and I paused it, and he's like, "What?" I'm like,
Yet
I
I
don't know
can't
if
get you to
can
watch
finish
The
it.
Boys
Oh,
or
I did watch The Boys.
Black
I just
Mirror.
haven't finished it. I haven't done Black Mirror.
You're not going to go back to that?
I mean, the show's messed
I
up.
won't say
There's a few
never,
good
but-
ones. Playtest. That's a good one.
Well, yeah. Play
No, we already talked about that.
We
What was the
already
other
did
one?
that
Was the one? The one where they're fighting each other? The X.
Oh, I don't
That's,
remember the
that's
name
like
of
the
it.
latest season. But anyways, Alex and I are gonna go into depth on this one a little bit. We went back to wrestling.
Oh,
Saturday night,
That's
we
right.
watched.
the Rumble.
We watched
Royal
the
Rumble.
Rumble.
I was fully
Why?
entertained.
Yeah, the whole time.
Because we realized we have Peacock, and there's why
and it was
aren't we
free, and
watching?
we said, "What the hell?
pay-per-views?"
Let's watch it." And
We're
if it
spending,
sucks,
like,
we could turn it off.
Why
couple
did they do
bucks
it
a
on
month.
Saturday?
Because of the playoffs.
The playoffs,
I
yeah.
don't want to go against.
WWE
NFL.
is trying all they can to get as many viewers as they can. They're in a
They-
lot of
they
trouble.
have to.
They're in a lot of trouble. Vince McMahon came back. I don't want to know this whole thing. He came back and there's a whole
Stephanie's
sale.
out or something now. And
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
they're selling the company or something. It's no longer going to be public. I don't know what's going to
I,
happen.
I don't
It's
wanna
all
hear
over the
it.
place. But we went in knowing absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Looked at the card. I was like, okay, Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens is the main event.
And I said, "Whoop-de frickin' do."
Okay, we know that.
It's like we never left.
It's like we never left. So first match was the men's battle royale.
First
and
match.
we were so shocked. First guy comes out, his name's Gunther.
Wait,
and
wait. Is the Battle Royale different from the Royal Rumble?
It's the Royal Rumble.
It's the men's
Rumble.
Royal
I'm sorry,
Rumble,
men's Royal
yes.
Rumble. I apologize. Yes. So first guy comes out, Gunther, the Intercontinental Champion, and we're like,
Who the
Who
hell
is
is
this
this
guy?
6? Or wait, what did I say? 7 foot? Or no, is that the guy later? I texted the group.
oh, there's a really tall guy that came out. I don't
That's
remember his
later?
name.
Okay,
You
so-
you erased it. Oh, you took a video of it though, didn't you?
I don't know. Some dude comes out. I don't know what number he was, but I texted the guys and I was like, even the announcer said when they said his height and weight, they're like, I don't think humans come in that size. Like bigger than the Great Khali.
Yeah, I was
kinda
like,
thing.
this guy's not human.
But I was like 7 fucking foot 5 inches, 200 or 412 pounds or some kind of like a bigger than a giant.
Oh, I found it. Good.
What did I say?
Okay, so I'm looking at it all. I'm looking at the guy's name, trying to see if I can find it. Drew McIntyre was in there. No Rey Mysterio. He was injured apparently.
Yeah, he
Logan
never-
Paul. Okay,
Yeah.
let's go on to bat about this. Like he comes out with full booze. I thought that he wouldn't because of like the match that he had prior. Apparently, it was really good at like the Crown Jewel or whatever they call it. I didn't watch it, so just came back. So excuse me. The Logan Paul comes out to the Rumble number like 29 or something. People are booing, but he and this wrestler named Ricochet do this amazing rope to rope on each end,
Oh, is that what that
clotheslining,
was? I've seen that. I
like a
didn't
Mission
know-
Impossible dive.
I didn't know what the person that made this story. I'm like, why is she making this story?
Logan Paul did this cruiserweight amazing splash against Ricochet, this other big cruiserweight. They put on a good show right there. God, Logan Paul did work.
Isn't it?
That was fine.
And he flipped into the ring the way he did. I was like,
It was more like he didn't flip. He used the top rope to like throw himself forward. It was, I don't know, it was kind of weird, like with his foot.
Alex doesn't want to give him any credit.
I really don't.
He's not a pro wrestler. I get
He's
it
a-
to her. He's
he's a
more of an
boxer.
entertainer,
Oh.
but he is.
Logan
I know he's
Paul
put in the
is-
work
He's
to
a
be where
boxer,
he's
yeah.
at,
Boxer,
but I
yeah.
don't. He's not even a boxer.
Yeah, he
He's
is a
one.
boxer.
He's a freaking YouTuber that did a bunch of scamming and shit that shouldn't get credit, and just because he has a shit ton of money, he's on WWE.
No,
He's
an
physically-
actual boxer.
he's physically
done
fit.
Several boxing matches.
He is
Yes,
physically
but
fit.
Before that,
We are telling you, he's earned his credit for physicality.
And he's won. The
Personality,
boxing matches.
I hate the
I-
guy.
Didn't he have a brother too?
Yeah, I thought that was the guy that did all the scandal
That's what I
stuff.
thought too.
I don't remember his name.
he was part
We're
of
out of the loop.
the NFT scamming
Yeah,
shit.
I know. I get it.
Anyways, I don't like him. He can
So,
change my mind some other
Cody
day, not
Rhodes
today.
came in as number 30 in this new music. Seth Rollins comes out with new music. Everybody has all this new.
Oh, but it's
look
not
and
Seth
everything.
Rollins anymore.
Seth
You have
freaking Rollins.
that's
I
his
get
name
it.
now.
But anyways, it was an entertaining battle royale. Cody Rhodes won. That was a good That was a good Royal Rumble for him, men's Royal Rumble, and people loved it.
Doesn't he own like a different?
I think he
League?
left or he sold
Must
it.
have
I have
sold it.
no
I
idea.
thought it was AEW that he had a big stock in because he was launching it because he left the other corporation.
Yeah, that sounds right actually.
It's no longer TNA Impact.
Yeah.
Anyways, the next match, Braun Strowman looks amazing. By the way, you remember him?
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's
great.
He looks amazing.
He looks happy.
He does.
Like
He
him
looks
and
good.
Ricochet,
He's wrestling good, and then he's got little bras.
He is physically fit. I love him. So, Pitch Black match, that was great. Bray Wyatt comes out, does his
I
thing.
thought he got fired.
He did.
Everybody gets fired and comes back.
He's been let go and come back and let go and come back. He's come back. He was injured and came back. I don't know this big story behind him.
The
but he's
Mountain Dew
back
Pitch
again.
Black fight was good
Pitch Black.
because they shut off all the lights and they put everything in black lighting.
Okay.
It was actually a good.
But and it looked like his makeup. He had color contacts. He was scary. Then I don't know. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Good gimmick. We could see it again.
Oh yeah,
As long as Mountain Dew continues their Pitch Black sponsorship.
I know, right?
Then they'll just call it a black light match or something. Neon match.
I know, it was
I don't know.
fun.
It was an entertaining match. The Women's Royal Rumble, I called it. We got to call out numbers.
Oh yeah, we get to call numbers.
We were doing that with Rick and everybody on our texting, and I called out Rhea Ripley, number 1, coming out. She, badass. Alex found her favorite wrestler, Zelina Vega.
Zelina
She's the one
Vega.
that came out in the Street
It
Fighter.
was not my favorite wrestler. I'd say she's like my.
She's a
I
small.
like the way she came out when she was like. I was like, oh, I love what her little get up. Like she looks awesome. Found out she she comes out as a member of Street Fighter, like a character
Yeah.
at a Street Fighter, and looked like cool. And actually pulled some moves and stuff like Street Fighter. I don't know. It looked really cool. I liked it.
Yeah, and it was a really entertaining women's Rumble. Was more entertaining than the men's, I'd say.
100%. Yep.
There was a lot of women in the Rumble at once. Nia Jax was number 30.
Oh my God.
Boy, was that a waste. Nobody
Yep.
liked
Comes
it.
out. Figured they were just like she got a lot of hate and everyone threw her out.
Pretty much. Final segment of this is the men's title match was Reigns and Owens. Owens comes out in his standard music, still gets me pumped.
Mm.
Reigns comes out as the tribal chief. And yeah, he's a heel, and he definitely played his part in this match, and it was really entertaining. Sami
Who's the heel?
Zayn. What?
Which is the heel?
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
Okay.
He's
is a
heel
heel.
now.
And
Oh,
he's
full
making
heel.
actually a really good heel.
Well, everybody
Like, I hate him.
anyway. So
He's
he might as
mean.
well be a heel.
He's a mean heel.
Like he's being a bully heel, like really nasty bully.
Yeah, they did a whole like power move and just like dismantled
Who
Kevin
won?
Owens. It was Roman Reigns.
It was Roman Reigns,
Yeah.
but it was
a good match.
yeah, it was a good match.
Ended pretty much with Sami Zayn getting his ass kicked because Sami Zayn turned his back because he was on Roman Reigns' side. So they better do the writing right, or else they're not going to do WrestleMania very well. I'm seeing this becoming a problem, like it always is. They don't know where they're going with the Rumble.
We did have Edge.
Edge did come out in the
Edge
men's
was in the Rumble.
Yeah.
That was one that we really liked seeing, but got thrown out. He was
Lesnar.
Brock
was
Lesnar was
actually-
in there,
I love seeing
and
him.
he got thrown out in like
2 minutes.
yeah,
Couple
was
minutes.
barely in there, and that was a surprise.
Yeah, Lashley.
And then
was out
Lashley was in there, and he looks amazing.
there. Yeah,
And then he didn't last in there very long either. So I was like, oh, well, they're bringing all these people out, and
that's the Rumble. That's the Rumble.
I know, but usually the favorites they usually stay in a
There
bit
was a
longer to
Final
make
Four.
things interesting.
There was a Final Four.
More than 2 minutes though.
Yeah, a few minutes.
I don't know.
When it gets down to the final four, that's when it's most exciting. There's no longer the Undertaker, Cena. You're not going to get the Triple H's out there. You're not getting
you need
the
to tell them
Attitude
about
Era.
Michelle McCool.
What about her? Oh, okay. So you said the story wrong.
What
So
do you
she
mean I
can't.
said
She
it wrong?
got. So Michelle McCool. She retired a long time ago. You know, she's married to the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I looked her up because I was like, I knew she was
still
married.
is, right?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have 2 kids.
Mhm.
I was like, I looked her up because I knew she was in the audience. She was a surprise entrance.
Yeah.
She was in the audience with her kids. She took off her
Off her
whatever-
coat when her number
She
came
took off her
up,
mom
and it's like-
jacket and
she's like, oh, I guess I'm wrestling
and
tonight.
she was in kind of ring gear kind of stuff that
She was in
she-
Uggs.
she wrestled in Uggs, I believe, didn't
Yes.
she? But she had her sweatpants on and she had
Yeah.
like a sports bra on, so she looked like she could have been wrestling pretty well. She did well.
She did well. Yeah.
Yeah. But I looked her up because I was like, I couldn't remember who she was married to, and I was like, I know she's married to a wrestler, and I was like, Mark Calloway. Oh
Oh.
yeah, The Undertaker. I had to actually think about that for
Like
a
we were
hot
both,
minute.
but Josh and I
But
both
you
had
said
stopped.
it wrong, thinking that I didn't think she was married. Oh, what it was? You said it wrong on your stream.
Oh well, I'm sorry, but that's not what I meant. It was the way that you said it.
Yeah,
But we both even like we're like, why do we recognize like?
it's that like you didn't think I knew her at all. Like I knew her. I knew
But we
she
were
wrestled.
both like puzzled.
She was the women's
We're like,
champion
oh
when we
yeah,
came
that's
in.
right. It's Undertaker's wife.
At one point, I believe she was women's champion. So the Rumble was great, fantastic. Alex and I think we'll watch more pay-per-views now.
Pay-per-views.
Just the pay-per-views.
Yes.
Maybe Raw every now and then.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I don't know.
But I want to talk about that 90s show because we finished it.
Yeah.
Hey, I found the text by the way at the beginning. I still don't know who the wrestler is,
Go ahead.
but I said 7 fucking foot 3, 412 pound. What the fuck, human? Like they were just like, and coming in at, and I'm like, and this dude, he gets in the ring, and
You locked
even
your phone. You should.
oh, even Braun Strowman, he stands up next to Braun Strowman, who's a big guy.
Yeah.
And it's like,
So
no, it was pretty
I'll have to
cool.
look up his name afterwards and see if I can get that name.
I
Excuse
don't
me.
remember who it was. I don't know his name was.
That 90s show made me kind of miss more of that 90s show because I wanted more story. They only did 10 episodes, you know. I came to like it a little more, but that's about it. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. But when the season ended, and when it was the ending, Alex fell asleep, by the way. She has to watch it on her own again.
We stayed up, we binged it, and I couldn't get through the last episode.
Yeah, we were like halfway through it, and there was a big surprise that we can't talk about, I guess.
I will watch it.
That
It'll
happens-
take me like half an hour.
That happens in the kitchen. Brett knows what I'm talking about.
I
The
do,
confusion that Leia has at the end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's actually a good story, good cliffhanger. I
Sure.
wanted more interest. I was like,
Mm.
I can see it, but yeah, it's a really interesting interesting.
I don't know.
show.
I think that the whole show reminds me about nothing but like feelings that I had when I was trying to get to date you,
right.
like pre-dating.
You're not gonna like the last episode then.
Great.
Yeah. So they
Like, it
need to
actually
stop
made me
this 10
emotional.
episode BS. They need to do more with half-hour shows.
Maybe they were doing a 10 episode
Well,
to see
it could've
test the
been
waters.
yeah.
Test run. Maybe
Could've
they'll
been
do like a 20.
most shows in the old way.
They did, like,
the first
24
season
episodes.
is short. Well,
Oh,
like
yeah,
The
you're
Office.
right.
The first season of The Office was only 6 episodes.
You're right. You're right.
First season
yeah.
of Seinfeld is really short.
Mm-hmm.
So it just depends on the network and what they
It's
think. but
Netflix. They
it's
can
not
do more.
uncommon to have a shorter season, but it's streaming. I mean, look at The Ranch. I think they're pretty much the same all the way through. And that was a 30-minute show.
They only were 10.
I don't know what the number was. I'm just pretty sure it was even all the way through.
I'll have to.
Each season was equal.
I want to watch that show again.
I've thought about it, but then it just depressed me how they cut out Danny. So I'm like, no thanks.
But enjoy it while it lasts in the first few.
Yeah, 'cause
He's not
it's
he did
the
not do good
first
things, I hear.
3 or
So let's
4
just
seasons.
let that be. So Alex, you'll have to finish that up. And then also Alex and I went back to Last of Us and watched episode 2. Loving it. Did you check it out at all? No. Are you gonna?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I
He
won't
doesn't
say
know.
I'm not refusing to.
We
but
won't
Not
know-
gonna get hooked
we
on a
won't know
show.
until Brett
Watch
gets
his
on the
Wednesday
show.
in 1 week.
like you. like you said.
Boy, I
it's-
should have quoted that.
Wait.
You
quote
said
what?
last week you don't want to get hooked on a new show.
You did.
I don't think I meant I don't want to. I just think I don't like starting a new show because it requires a commitment that I don't know if I want to do.
Well, I mean, Wednesdays.
Look what you just did, though.
Wednesday is a little bit easier to watch.
It's a
Aren't they
commitment.
aren't they like 45-minute episodes?
I
I
don't
think
know.
the first one's like an hour and the rest are 45
Yeah.
to 50 minutes.
It's still just
It's 9 episodes.
But I also feel like
the
Wednesday's
the
something
second
you could probably
episode is an
just,
hour
like,
long. It's
keep
not an hour
on
and a
and
half.
do
I
something.
thought
After
they were.
that, then it's
I thought they were going to
they
continue.
get shorter. They go to about 43 to.
Oh, I was talking
50.
about Last of Us. The second episode is
Oh,
is
okay.
not an hour and a half. It
It's
was
not.
just the first.
We were actually
episode.
mad that it wasn't. We were like, it's
it
done.
was suddenly done. Like it ended fast. So
I guess I need to clarify what I mean.
Yeah,
it's not
maybe.
that I don't want to do it. It's I choose not to
mhm.
because I just it's the
In
initial
spite.
I don't wanna. And then
Yeah.
if I make myself like I did with Wednesday, I'm like, okay, now I have something to watch and I don't have to think about what I'm gonna watch every single day. I just know, all right, I'm sitting down, it's time to eat, I'll watch this while I'm eating.
We're gonna
or
watch The
watch-
Last of Us.
Watch
tonight.
this before I go to bed, you know? It's not that I don't want to do it or I
But what you
refuse to do
said
it.
is really like contradictory, and I find it funny.
Well, that's why I'm trying to clarify.
But I got to call you out. That's funny on that because it was said that way. I was like, you don't want to pick up a new show, and then you just said you watched a whole show.
Let Brett do his own thing. He'll get to the last of it. About the second episode, though, since I don't know, I only knew a little bit of
Yeah.
what happens from the game.
Yeah, I guess I just carried on with knowing what everything was gonna look like.
I really like how at the end of the episodes they do a almost like a director's commentary,
how the show was made.
like how
They
it's
did that
made.
with The Walking Dead.
Yeah, so they do the exact same thing, and they go on to say, because Josh, there was a couple things in the second episode where he's like, "Well, that's really different from the game. Like they're starting to kind of get away from the game and try something new." Well, at the end, they say and they point out exactly what Josh pointed out and said, but in all, with this storyline, and they explained it perfectly, and he's like, "You were impressed with what they did," and I'm very vague about it because I don't want to give anything away.
You can't really.
But they did a really good job because I remember how the game was for that scene.
Yeah,
And oh my god, the clickers!
clickers are great. And by the
They
way,
did an amazing
the
job.
clickers are done by fans
Mm-hmm.
of the show. So that's what's awesome. That's what I think is really cool. I'm really excited.
Scared the shit out of me. I was like holding on to you.
So Nick Offerman is in this next episode.
did you see the score?
Mm-hmm.
No,
I got a 10.
I hope it's not because of a. We'll see.
I was just in Facebook
I don't know. We'll
scrolling because
see.
I'm trying not to get anything. I don't want
It
anything
just happens.
spoiled.
It happens.
And I was like, well, that doesn't shock me
If
that it
you
got a
don't
10.
see it in the first 30 seconds, people are like, you didn't hear about that? If I send something to our text group, and if it has been seen by anybody, Patrick or Brian,
I
they'll
know.
say, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I saw that. They don't continue the conversation. They immediately say, yeah, I saw that. Cool. Why didn't you send it when you saw it, asshole?
That's called a guy conversation versus a girl conversation.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah.
I don't think so. It's, hey, I got this information before you. Maybe I should have shared it because it was it could have been a conversation we had 2 hours ago when it came out.
Maybe they would much rather have a conversation about it online.
That's not how it happens.
Fine, whatever. I don't care.
You playing anything new? Other than GoldenEye?
No. I
No.
don't think so.
Play a little bit more Madden. Alex played some more High on Life.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, with the amount of time that I spent on it, I only got through I got through one boss
Yeah.
in the amount of time that I had gamed, and that kind of ticked me off a little
So, speaking of High on Life, Justin Roiland officially out every project he's attached to. Hulu, Adult Swim, Rick and Morty is a part of that, and
bit.
Squanch
Squanch
Games.
games.
So there's going to be a lot of casting going on right now, and my gosh, Sean Kelly better get this. He's on TikTok. He's probably one of the closest Morty I've ever heard in my life.
I think everybody wants
And
him.
even Justin Roiland came out and said on a video saying that if I am ever car crash gone dead, he said flat out, call this guy. And that was probably the demise. That it was
Oh, somebody just got a job.
pretty much. He's not really saying anything on TikTok. I wonder if he's actually been contacted. But
I think that's why he's not saying anything.
Adult Swim is also on TikTok, so I can see them, kind of having those DMs. Maybe they're doing some emails, and he's had some meetings.
Yeah,
so
maybe.
I
would just hate for an adult show that I very much enjoy.
It's
just
attached
go down the drain.
But right now, it's attached to some really bad stuff.
I understand that, but that's also like saying with the whole Michael Jackson thing. I still like his music, but do I support everything?
A lot of his stuff was alleged.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to
a
say.
weird
It's
guy.
kind of the same thing. Or hey, I love that 90s or that 70s show.
Danny Masterson.
And Danny Masterson's attached
the ranch
to
were
it.
just that's another.
That has nothing to do with
the project they did. It's the
yes,
person.
It's the person.
Gotcha.
So that's what I'm trying to say. It's like I really enjoy
detach the
stuff.
actor from their work, I guess, because what they brought out is not necessarily them, because it's somewhat scripted. There's a script to most of his stuff. Some of his stuff is pretty good ad-libbed, but I mean the problem is, Justin Roiland came up with a lot of that stuff off the top of his head.
Yeah, that'll
We're
be an
gonna
issue,
lose
but
a
you're also
lot of
looking at
that.
you've got Rick and Morty fans up the wazoo that probably have given, oh, can you try this and this idea? Like there's
probably
so
a
many
billion
different-
ideas that he can do.
There's so many different places that this show can go.
Right, I agree. That's about all I have as far as playing and watching. I think we played some Halo Infinite over the weekend. Fall Guys. Pretty good stuff as far as our Twitch stream goes, but we'll go and get into that when we do our plugs. We gotta talk about The Godfather, though.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like it? Godfather Part 2.
It is not what I thought it was going to be, and honestly, I don't know what I thought it was going to be.
So
can I start first then?
Well, first the synopsis.
Oh,
So this is
okay.
well, I don't have it written down, but it's basically a continuation off of Part 1 with a prequel talking about Vito Corleone's upbringings and start.
Mm-hmm.
So basic gist of it. Al Pacino's in this, Robert De Niro, Robert Duvall. Critics are giving this a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes. Fans give it a 97%. So, take it away, Alex.
I agree.
You agree?
It's better than the first one.
I don't know.
No, I love
I'm
it.
not
It's
sure.
way better than the first one.
I was more attached to the first one.
I don't think I could unequivocally say it's better than the first.
Correct.
I thought, or it's so much better than the first. I thought it's a little more going on. Maybe it moves a little faster. So
Yeah,
it
it
might
does
be
move faster
better
because
than that in that way. But
I agree.
I thought as far as the stories, I thought they were both very good.
Right.
It's almost two movies in one because the whole Vito flashback thing could be its own movie.
That's what I was thinking midway through was, damn, that's probably why they had the intermission in the middle.
3 hours and 20
but
minutes.
the thing is, like, Part 2 is, if you separate Vito's story, you've got maybe like an hour of Al Pacino's story, I want to say, because his story is basically talking about a little bit of his past, but it's not. It's all about an attempted assassination and who did it. That's it. That's it.
Well, he escaped. Vito as a child escaped death, and to where he immigrated to the States, to New York, like a bunch of Italian Americans.
This is all Vito's story. Yeah,
he kind of came up, turned into,
He studied the Don in his area.
If you need something, go to Vito. He can help you out.
Yeah.
Basically paving his whole way to where he goes back to Italy and he kills the guy who killed his parents.
Yeah, too late though.
Yeah.
Man, the guy was on his deathbed already.
He was, but
10 minutes.
It's something. It's a
10 years prior might have been a little.
He still gets him.
Gets him done. Finishes him off.
He doesn't even remember at that point.
He said, "Can you speak up? I can't hear you." And he says,
His
"My
brain
father
isn't even
was, and this is for him." And then like kills him.
His brain was probably still calculating the fact that he was getting poked.
There was a
Wasn't
lot
even
of
listening.
references in the present day storyline that I've heard of, and I finally found out where they're from.
The
Billy Madison quote where you broke my heart and kisses Eric.
That was one.
That was one.
When Hyman Roth says, "If I come out and the money's on the table, I'll know I have a partner. If it's not, I know I won't." I've heard that before.
Where is that?
I don't know that one.
Where's that?
I don't know where I've heard it, but I just know that I've heard it. When Fredo's like, I'm smart, I'm not done, and I want respect. I've heard that before. Just a lot of
There was definitely, you could tell that this movie brought a lot of quotes that we've seen in other movies later on.
Just subtle references like the Billy Madison one.
Yeah, I agree. Like I was actually really entertained by this movie, but I'll say that I was confused for a hot minute as far as
I
time
thought
frame.
it started slow.
Oh yeah.
They do speak a lot more, I feel like,
Italian.
Italian in this movie.
Yeah.
So it's, if you don't look at the screen and you don't have subtitles on it and stuff, like, and you're gonna miss actually some really
Well,
big key points.
Speaking of Italian, Robert De Niro spent 4 months learning to speak Sicilian
really,
dialect.
he did an amazing job. That was the other thing I had
Yeah.
like back there that I wanted to break for. I was like, damn, does he actually just know how to speak Italian?
Nearly all the dialogue that his character speaks in the film was in Sicilian.
Yeah.
He only speaks like
he only says like a few lines, like
in
small
English.
lines of English.
I might have that information on here as far as like how many he actually does. So.
And he does it very, very,
I know
very
you,
well.
I recognized almost immediately Bruno Kirby.
Yeah.
Just by the quick look at his face, because he's not on camera very much.
Yeah.
But then the tone of his voice.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought
Robert
that was pretty
Duvall,
cool.
man, looking young. I mean,
I thought he looked quite a bit older than he did in part 1.
I don't remember him in part 1. I remember James Caan.
He had a bigger part in part 1.
Why do I remember James Caan more?
He was a dick in
Yeah.
part 1.
Did he die in part 1?
He did.
I did. I thought
See,
so.
I was
I
like,
thought so.
There's a lot of people that were sitting at that table.
And I was like, didn't he die? Wait, didn't he die? Didn't I know Leo died, right?
Here's Leo.
Tall guy.
The tall, yeah.
He brought in the cake. In the
Oh
final
yeah,
scene.
yeah, yeah. Mhm.
I'm pretty certain he did. Yeah.
He
So-
got caught trying to kill Roth, Hyman Roth,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
he was shot in the hospital.
Yeah. The so that final scene, real quick, was actually supposed to have Marlon Brando in it, but he didn't show up for filming because he thought that Paramount didn't treat him well for the first Godfather, so he didn't show up for the scene that he wanted to film. That they wanted
That's
to film.
a
So that's where they did the surprise part.
huge star's ego, I guess you could
Yeah,
say.
that kind of sucks, but it does tell a better tale where Al Pacino sits in that room
Sure,
on his own,
By
learning how to become.
kind of the outcast.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. So, I mean, there's a lot about this that the flashbacks, just all around, like, they've really brought you back into the 1900s early. And I said to Alex, like, I know nothing about early 1900s of practically anywhere. Like, I don't know anything. Like, if there's a story being told, I'm like, yeah, that probably happened. Originally, the actors in the flashback scenes wore pants with zippers. One of the musicians pointed out that the zipper had not been invented at that time. So
There's
some scenes
buttons.
had to be reshot with button fly trousers.
Mhm,
Yep.
They're buttons.
When little Vito arrives at Ellis Island, he is marked with a circled X.
Yes,
Yeah.
meaning he's sick.
It means
Right?
that he's mentally or physically defect.
He's sick
Yep.
because
'Cause
they were
his-
looking at him and he said like they did a circle X and he said go to the nurse.
Yeah.
Well, and even his mom says he's kind of dumb in the sense that he doesn't talk.
yeah.
So
I don't know how this was done, but apparently production nearly ended before it even began when Al Pacino's lawyers told Francis Ford Coppola that he had grave misgivings with the script and was not going to appear on set. Coppola spent an entire evening rewriting, like an entire night rewriting it, the entire script,
Wow.
and giving it to Al Pacino for his review. Pacino approved, and the production went
that's
forward.
another
That's
star
ego.
star power. You
That's
know,
ego. I mean, he was in the third one, wasn't he?
I'm pretty sure.
I just don't know anything about the third. Like,
I
I don't know.
as
I've
far
just
as,
the only thing I
I
know about the
don't think-
third is everybody says don't even watch it.
I don't think we're ever gonna do it, but I'm happy that we got through the two that we did because we've literally just watched one of the top, ranked number 4 out of the top 250 movies of all time.
Yeah.
Number 1 is Shawshank. Number 2 is Godfather. Number 3, I believe, is Dark Knight, and then Godfather Part 2 is 4.
Dark Knight really beat it out.
I believe so. Let me look at the list on IMDb real quick.
Hmm.
So sometimes it was a little difficult to actually follow. Yep, Dark Knight is 3.
Oh, all right.
That's kind of crazy.
What's 5?
12 Angry Men, and then it's Schindler's List, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
Okay, I get that one.
8 is Pulp Fiction.
That's a great one.
9 is Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring.
That's a good one.
Wow, 2 Lord of the Rings in the top 10.
10 is The Good, Bad, the Ugly.
That's
don't think I've seen that
Clint
one.
That's a
Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood
Oh,
Western.
okay.
Fight Club and Forrest Gump are the next 2, and then The Two Towers is after that.
Of course.
And then Inception, Empire Strikes Back, The
okay,
Matrix,
and then we get ours.
Goodfellas, One
Okay.
Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, 7, and then 7 Samurai. That's the top 20.
All right.
We've seen most of the best movies of all time. How awesome is that?
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy about
I feel
that.
more accomplished now.
Now it feels like an accomplishment getting through a 3.5-hour movie.
Yeah.
There's even an intermission section.
Yeah.
I was like, well, because Josh and I have gotten up to go to the bathroom like
Many times
the
I was like, we got to
first-
keep it
the-
going.
before.
I said we got to keep it going. We got to keep it
I
going.
was like,
or we're
we
not
can't
gonna
pause
get
it. And we would get up multiple times to go, probably like, I don't know, 3-4
3 or
times.
4
and
at this-
then it says intermission. I was like, well,
together,
now I can pee.
together combined. We were
The only
downing.
other movie I remember having an intermission is Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Okay,
I
well,
don't remember that.
then I have the next movie picked on mine that has an intermission spot
Okay.
that
Oh, great.
you've never. Huh? Okay.
Have I seen it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So this got. Hold on, I'm just putting this in my phone real quick. This got a lot of Oscars and nominations. It got nominated for 11 and won 6. It won Best Picture. Best Supporting Actor was Robert De Niro. Best Director, Francis Ford Coppola. Best Writing, Best Art Direction, and Best Music Original Score. So it feels like it. This feels like it was a really hard worked on film.
Mhm.
The early buzz on the first Godfather was so positive that a sequel was planned before the film even finished filming. So they already knew they were going to do 2.
Okay.
So how does that make for 3? I mean, if you knew that 2 was going to be good and it was just as good, or you knew that 1 was going to be good and you wrote a second one just as good, then 3 is not even.
Oftentimes, the third one after a more successful sequel is
Yeah.
a letdown.
There are some anomalies that you can say are already like
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, Toy
Star
Story,
Wars.
Star Wars, Toy Story.
I was also going to say Indiana Jones.
That's
But-
argumentative.
It is. It is.
Some people pick one out that
Wait,
they don't
are you
like.
talking about the third installment?
I was.
We're talking about.
No.
Well, didn't we
I was talking about, like,
didn't
more
we
like
say, didn't we had this
trilogies.
conversation about
Wait.
perfect trilogies, didn't we?
What you just listed a bunch of things. Are you saying about those things?
Just like trilogies in general now.
Like the third one is really good.
Is good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I said Toy Story, Star Wars. I mean, that's argumentative too. Some people don't like Return.
it is depending on who you talk to.
But Lord of the Rings is up there,
Yeah.
and Toy Story is, with both nominations of wins and stuff, and like in popularity. Those two, I will say for sure, really big trilogies. I'm sure we're forgetting one. that
I
people
think
are like,
there's
"Who's this
probably
one?"
more where number 3 is a letdown compared to number 2.
Right. Gosh, I can't even think of.
And Jurassic Park comes to mind right away. Now
I was
again,
thinking
there's-
3 Ninjas.
There's more than 3 Jurassic Parks, but at the time
At
3
the
came
time.
out.
Ninja Turtles. Look at the
Yeah.
third Ninja Turtles. That was
Yeah.
so bad.
Spider-Man 3.
Oh, I even own that one. I say that. When I say that, that means that I actually spent
It's
money
It's more
on
like
that.
you got
and
it
it's in my
because you're
library,
like,
and
well,
I
I
don't do
have
that.
to get it because it's the third one.
I have so
Third
many
one.
streaming services. I don't buy anything anymore.
Yeah,
Um,
but you probably bought it when it came out, which was 07.
what 3?
Yeah.
No, actually,
No,
I
we
got it
bought
in
it
the dollar
later.
bin.
Yeah.
Like I got it for like $3-4. I
Mhm.
got the 2-disc edition though. That's the only edition I wanted. So, one other fact about this movie: this was the first sequel to be inducted into the National Film Registry. That's pretty awesome.
It's
What-
not the only one now, though. I think Terminator 2's in there.
Actually, Return to Oz,
Okay.
for some reason, is on the National Film Registry. 5 years later, when this got nominated
Okay.
or brought in. Yeah, is that a weird movie? I mean, you saw that
It-
one, right?
Yeah.
Why
I mean,
would that be
it's-
on the registry? Might not
mean,
mean it's good. I don't know.
I mean, I think it's good.
yeah. I'm gonna give this movie a 9. I mean, it's not. I don't know. Maybe a 9.5.
I'll give it an 8.
It's
I
not.
give it
It's
a
not. It's not.
9.5.
It's not super perfect.
I think it's a great movie.
Brett, you have our
I
choice.
got a choice. for
Okay.
y'all. I think I mentioned it last week, which was Hell or High Water
Okay.
or Raging Bull.
Raging Bull's a boxing movie.
Raging Bull, it is. I know nothing about it except that Scorsese directed it, and it has De Niro and Pesci.
Ooh.
Let me see where these are. Hell or High Water.
Yeah, what's that one?
That is about two brothers, Chris Pine and Ben Foster, who go through Texas robbing banks to pay for Chris Pine's it's son surgery or something like that, and a sheriff, Jeff Bridges,
Shoot.
tries to hunt him down.
We have another watching to talk about after this. I'm gonna go with Hell or High Water. I like that.
Sure. I mean, that sounded really interesting,
that's
actually.
fine.
So
That's fine.
So the synopsis, you kind of said most of it. Toby is a divorced father who's trying to make a better life for his son. His brother Tanner is an ex-convict with a short temper and a loose trigger finger. Together they plan a series of heists. Yeah, across Texas, and then there's a Texas Ranger who's only weeks away from retirement.
Texas Ranger.
Jeff Bridges is also in it.
That's the Texas Ranger.
Yes. So this is kind of.
it's like John Q.
What? Not town. No.
I mean,
would
John
it be
Q.
about
John
John
Q
Q?
goes
You
and
mean
he
US
holds everybody
Marshals?
hostage, and he tries to get money for the surgery. And
That's not
Oh,
it.
John
Oh.
Q. I was thinking John Wick.
Oh, me too.
John
I was
Q!
really confused.
John
oh,
Q.
you thought it too? That's so crazy.
No.
Oh my gosh. Well, because John Wick has been on my mind because I was thinking about watching those before the sequel comes out.
Mhm.
I'm actually okay. So Hell or High Water, I'll put that in. Alex and I need to mention one other movie. We watched Smile.
Oh shit! I already forgot that we watched that. Yeah.
I did not think it was worth the hype. I mean,
I thought it was
most
messed
areas
up,
I'm
yeah.
seeing it sitting at like a 60 to 70%, 6.0 out of 10 kind of level. It's like sitting at a mid kind of level. It doesn't have an original trope, nor is it too scary. It's got some jump scares, but I'd say when we turned on the second part, I wasn't.
I think if we would have watched it all the way through without stopping, you would have liked it a bit
Maybe.
more.
I don't know. It's hard to
Because
say.
it let your adrenaline go down by doing that.
The
Because that
paranormal-
first part of it, and we had stopped it, you said, I don't know if we're going to turn this back on.
I said that.
You did.
I would say it was an entertaining movie. It definitely gets you kind of thinking, but it ended on.
It's what you don't. It's one of those movies with what you don't see scares you more.
Yeah, and then when you see it, it's like
I thought it was fucked up what you
I mean,
end up actually seeing
it
at the
is,
end.
But is that
When he opens up,
Yeah, I know about
it's
that.
it's messed up, man.
But what I think about it is it's only in what's in your head that should scare you. It kind of had a Hereditary ending to me. So
It was a mixture of a bunch of different movies that we've seen
yeah,
into one, but I like what they put on it, like with the smile and
I need to go back and actually see if there's any hidden symbolism because that one sheet I pointed it out. That smile was on that sheet
You
when she
did.
went to the cabin.
you
and I
did.
was
I'm
like,
sure there's
a
little
smile.
things here and there.
And it was as crooked as the way it looked on all of the other prints.
But whoever what's his face's daughter?
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon's daughter.
So you saw the commercial last night with Kevin Bacon and that his daughter.
That's
That's
who's
her in Smile.
She looks just like her mom, which is Kira Sedgwick, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
The only real notable thing she ever did was a TV show called The Closer.
Oh,
on,
I know
like,
that.
TNT,
Yeah, I know
think.
that. Yep, I know that. Okay. So we saw the commercial and Alex was like, wait a minute, is that the chicken Smile? We saw the commercial again. She's like, that's her. So I looked it up. I was like, yeah, that's his daughter.
What's,
And that's legit.
what's her name? Like, does she take a
I don't-
screen name or?
No, her last name's Bacon.
Yeah,
Okay.
her last name's Bacon.
Now I have to look up Smile, damn it. Sosie, Sosie.
Okay.
Yeah, she was-
Susie.
I actually had it pulled up. She was
I thought she did an amazing job as far as like acting and trying to be sleep deprived for a week and being scared and going out of her mind and like I thought the movie was pretty good. It was definitely a movie that I would have chosen for Halloween for all of us to watch
I
together.
think that would have been more enjoyable, during that time.
But it was like just
I
one of
agree.
those, I've been wanting to watch it and I just feel like watching a scary movie right now. And it gave me what I wanted. So is it
True.
going to haunt me for the rest of my life? No, it's no like Blair Witch or whatever, but I thought it was good and decent. If we were teenagers watching this when we were on that hype train of scary
Horror
movies and horror
yeah.
movies, we would have been like, this movie's fucking awesome. I thought it was decent.
Right.
I mean, I give it like a 6.5, but I thought it was decent for a watch.
Okay. I get you. I don't think there's anything else I really had to
I had a couple things we didn't talk about when we were talking about the playoffs, but
Okay.
apparently Tom Brady's been seen in Miami schools, private schools.
I heard
which
about
now I that could suggest that maybe he's going to go play in Miami. That was already talked about because he's very friendly with Miami's owner. However, Giselle lives in Miami, so
Yeah.
the fact that they're looking at Miami private schools, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. But I've also heard that it's a possibility that Aaron Rodgers, there was talk about maybe the Jets. Now they're talking about maybe he'll go to Las Vegas to reunite with Devontae Adams.
I think that's crazy that, this isn't something that was already called for. People already thought that this was going to happen with the Raiders.
What?
Which? Well, go ahead. Keep going.
Well, that was pretty much all that I had. Just
yeah.
That Rodgers has never specified a team. The first team that was talked about in the media was the Jets, which is funny because that's exactly where Brett Favre went after his career with the Packers. What's different is that
ironic.
Packer fans are tired of Aaron Rodgers and his crap.
I'm tired of
I'm tired of Aaron
So
Rodgers.
it's funny that their own fans don't even want him there anymore. Just like get out and
they want to give
move
Love
on.
the option to just show the Packers maybe they can move on. I don't think the Packers have had. Did they have anybody between Rodgers and Favre?
Nope.
I've had 2 quarterbacks on the Packers in my mind, like to think about.
Yeah.
In my entire football career, basically of watching is Favre and Rodgers. This is a new era, and that's going to be something weird.
These next few years, we were talked about this one.
Vikings are going to get a new quarterback in a couple years for sure.
This
Cousins'
is going to
contract
be
is done after this year.
the old guys are going out and the new guys are coming in. Like Brett said, like a couple weeks ago, and we talked about today. Like Mahomes, he's
the future.
He's the future of
He
it.
came in like a wrecking ball.
Yeah, he did.
No
He didn't
joke.
He didn't even have to get.
He makes football look like
get
it's
good,
nothing.
And it looks fun.
Like it's easy.
Yeah. Well, his mind is set on what plays can
Like
happen.
it's so weird. Like he just the way that you see him on the field and how what's going through his head and how he is gonna decide this and he plays like Brady
We're gonna need another Mahomes here soon, or else we're just gonna see the Chiefs going to the playoffs
every
and
year.
Super Bowl every year.
Yeah, I mean,
we're gonna need.
there's
another.
a lot of really good young quarterbacks.
There's
You
good
still
talent.
have Burrow and Allen. You have Jalen Hurts.
Rivers was not Rivers. Herbert was not awful.
Right, and I didn't mention this. Kellen Moore, who was the offensive coordinator of the Cowboys, got fired, and the Chargers have picked him up. So that's
I don't want the
take Dak
Chargers
for
to look
what
good
it
ever.
is. The offense under Kellen Moore was really not the problem. It was you could say there was Dak. He may not. He's a good quarterback. He's probably not a great quarterback. So maybe Herbert's a great quarterback, and with Kellen Moore, maybe they get over the hump. So
Maybe.
we'll see.
I've been hearing that Rodgers might actually go to the Colts now. I mean, people are just
Well, I think that fits with their bringing one old geezer after the other.
Yeah.
I thought that the plan that made the most sense for him was San Francisco,
my
especially
God.
now if they're thinking. Brock
What are they thinking
Purdy's-
now?
Well, Brock Purdy's kind of small, and you see the big guys like Burrow and Allen that don't get hurt,
Right.
but anybody can get hurt.
True.
So
Mahomes got hurt.
Rodgers, he's
But he played through it.
played nearly
He
20
did.
years. He just doesn't really get hurt. Same with Brady. He got hurt the one year, but
Rodgers,
he just doesn't
Rodgers,
get hurt.
when he got hurt, he broke things.
So did Favre.
Favre broke
He
played
broke
one
his
year with a broken
collarbone,
thumb.
his thumb, and there's something else that he broke, I think.
He's like, pop that shit in, get me back out there, put a Band-Aid on it.
It will be a
he's
very
a Wisconsinite. He's
very
got the
fun
Midwest.
off season because we don't know where Derek Carr's going.
We don't know if
Lamar-
Minnesota's gonna
we
stick
don't
with what
know
they're gonna
if-
stick with.
what Lamar Jackson's doing. We don't know about Tua if he's going to last.
Got Ashley saying, "Stop saying these old players are going to the Colts. We need new blood." I agree.
Sorry, I don't think that's
agree.
happening.
Any chance that Rodgers goes to the Colts?
I don't think there's gonna be
No,
any new
but
blood
there
on the
has
Colts
to be
though.
an AFC contender because that's what the Packers said. Cannot be in the NFC. Apparently,
What are you saying?
apparently it has to be an AFC team. That's what they want. That's what the Packers want for Rodgers.
Oh, they.
You're looking at me like
Well, I
I,
didn't
like you don't know
what-
what I'm fucking saying.
I don't know
Am I
what you're
speaking
saying.
English?
You're trying to say they want to send him to an AFC team.
Yeah, was
Yes!
I saying that?
I did not get that. I'm like, an AFC what? Like, what do you mean?
That's what he just said.
Thank you.
I get you now. I'm following.
I don't know what just happened there. I was confused by your confusion,
It
actually.
just reminds me of like when we quote Ferris Bueller. Speaking English.
English.
I need
mother-
help.
So she throws
Well,
the phone.
I guess maybe I disconnected the fact that are they trading him or is he just a free agent?
I think they want to trade him for a.
picks.
Oh, you know
It's gotta be
what?
picks.
That might be free agent style because I'm gonna put Matt in on this. After my first year, Aaron Rodgers was a free agent, and I picked him up. So I'm gonna guess that was the end of his contract anyway.
Well, he just signed a new contract. I don't know when it's up. I think it's in his second year. I think he has one more year. So I think when he got paid, it was the season before last, and it was a 3-year contract.
Okay.
I think. I could be way off on that.
The truth is, nobody freaking knows where anyone's going
Yeah.
until it happens.
Yeah.
There's all just speculation.
I
agree.
We'll know the minute it happens, though, because it'll be all over.
Yeah.
All of those names I mentioned.
So
they'll
this
hit
is Alex's new thing with football. When is the draft?
April.
So do we get to watch that
You can.
Well, they put it on ESPN.
The ESPN.
every time?
Yes, every time. Why do you want to watch the draft?
Because I want to.
She's getting it.
I'm actually getting into football.
Well, I mean,
I kind of want to watch these things.
do you watch college football though?
Nah.
Well, that's where people who watch the
They pick
draft
up from the
are
college.
pretty
Mhm.
pretty into college football, so it makes
Is it just because the
sense.
draft picks up college
Yeah.
people and then
where
put them
else
into?
would they get them?
Free agent.
I
Well,
mean, I
the
figured,
draft
but,
has
like-
nothing to do with free agency. The draft is literally college students that just say
Is it only
that
college?
said, "I'm ready to go."
Oh, so
play
the draft
in the
has nothing to
NFL.
do with like when we get to find out when Aaron goes somewhere.
No,
when
no,
that's just announced when it's
contract
announced.
signing can happen
That's-
anytime.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
That's-
Well, never
It actually
mind.
happens before the draft, though, doesn't it?
it can
normally?
happen anytime in the offseason.
Oh, that's right. Tom Brady didn't. Who was it? Didn't he just? We weren't certain he was even going to play this year or something. He didn't even show up for the preseason,
Yeah, but that's not surprising.
and he is
They
contractually
all the old
obligated.
guys
Hmm.
they hold out. So they
Okay,
don't
so
have to
now I'm
go
not.
to
Now I'm not
training camp.
as excited about the draft. I thought that's what it was. Kind of like fantasy football for us. Like we're like, oh, we get to see where people
You
are going.
thought that it was like the WWE,
Yeah.
draft, where they moved,
Where players
That's
around.
not. WWE made it fun
Yeah, that's what I meant. I was
for
like, oh, it's gonna
people
be fun.
who are.
Well, damn it,
already
it's not
there.
fun anymore.
The
Now I
free
just have to
agency
wait.
and trades are done. They can be done mid-season even. So
Before there's a trade
Hawkinson's not on my
deadline.
team in Madden 23, and that makes me sad.
But I love Hawkins.
I know. I'm like, I wish he was there instead of
I think
Irv
week
Smith Jr.
6 is the trade deadline
Yeah.
during the season.
I don't
so
know.
after
Probably.
week
Actually, that
6,
sounds
You
right.
can't trade.
Yeah, that sounds right. Did you have another thing? You said
No,
you
that's all I got.
That's all you got. I think that was all. Alex might have something because she was like, "Oh, I got to make sure I write this down."
I'm making sure with my screenshots here if there was something else I was
I
supposed to
probably
talk
had
about.
something because I had a lot of stuff going on during the week, but most of it was just football related. I was just going through memes of stuff and trying to debate on who's gonna win on Sunday. But the Pro Bowl's this Sunday. I'm probably not gonna check it out. We'll probably be doing a show on Sunday, by the way, and moving our shows to Sunday, right? Yeah, but we'll be skipping the Super Bowl Sunday. What?
I just have like a plug.
Oh, okay. I guess we'll go ahead and do those then. So, Alex, if you want to go ahead and plug your Twitch.
Yeah, if you would like to watch me stream, it's twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTE__KITTI. I stream on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings. Right now we're just playing around with Halo. I really actually want to go back to Master Chief Collection. Like, I feel like the maps
You
and
are
stuff.
gonna piss our friends off.
Why? All
They
you
are
gotta do is
installing
download
and
it.
uninstalling all these games. Some people have cap levels on their internet data. We don't.
You could stream it. You can stream.
We can't. We're running.
Well, yeah.
How about I just clear it with our friends first? Man, I can't talk.
Are
today.
you're at
No,
a show that where you
yeah.
need to.
I need to talk. No, but anyways, we're playing Halo Infinite right now. I'm just getting tired of the same freaking maps.
Me
every
too.
time.
I am really getting tired of it. When
And
we
that's
play
what was
on-
happening with Call of Duty. Like, I want Halo. If we play Master Chief Collection, guess what? We got like a million different games to choose from that we could rotate and different
But you also have
game types.
different like each game is the multiplayer feels different.
Yeah, that's what I like. I like variety of a
Oh.
game that I love. So,
Like you go to Halo 2, forget about running. 'cause
besides Halo 2, that really pisses me off
You
when
can't
you're
run
running.
in 3, right?
You go from Halo
No,
4,
no running in
Halo
3.
5 to
Halo 3, you can't run either.
No.
no, you can't. No, you're slow. You're so slow. Halo 1's fine
Patience. Gotta
No,
have
there's,
patience.
you run fast enough in Halo 1. You move fast
though.
enough.
You move fast enough.
2
in
is
Halo
fine.
1.
We're
3
using-
is like molasses. I hate it.
But it was
I
our
love it
favorite.
but I love it at the same time. Yes. And then I also have a YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/GootKitty. There is a more recent video that was uploaded with me and my nephew playing the first part of our
Kirby
Star
which
Allies
that'll
game.
probably become like a 5-parter.
Probably.
Could you run and reach?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You could.
Mhm.
You could run and reach. Actually, that was the big thing. I remember seeing the animation for it because
Because you can also it's the sound of it too. The
wow.
Yeah.
That's...
I mean, but you can hear it though in your head, can't you? Yeah. And then I've also wanted to do another plug here. So I was on another podcast called the Pixie Dust Twins podcast.
Shout out to them. Yes.
Shout out to them.
They
So
had the new episode come out.
I was on there as a special guest, and we chatted about Indiana Jones, and then our thoughts on.
Quit locking your phone.
Sorry, our thoughts on the new movie coming out, The Dial of Destiny. So
She moderates our chat. She keeps locking it.
I'm
She's the one that
stupid.
needs to delete things.
So, anyways, make sure you guys go up and take a look at their podcast because it was a lot of fun.
Ew.
I enjoyed it.
You were laughing and on there for hours.
Okay, after we ended the show, we actually just were on there for probably another 45 minutes to an hour just chatting, and I don't know. I enjoyed it. It was fun.
The only way I knew you were done was by okay, so we need to get a like a live button, something so there's like a light, so
A light for when we're live.
yeah, something like that, so that way we know whether or not we can come in the rooms. But it's not like we're doing sound stuff, but
Mhm.
either way. Yeah, so as far as my stream goes, it's twitch.tv slash Mr. L. That's MASTERL. Didn't know yours was active still. You can see me streaming on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday morning. Wednesday and Thursday evening, Saturday morning. I'll be playing mainly just Fall Guys for the time being. I'll probably go to Rocket League every now and then, maybe. I've got a Switch. I can play GoldenEye on my stream. I don't know.
I've heard the Switch version isn't very good.
I'm not playing it. So I'm playing mainly just the Xbox version. So I think I'm just going to stick with that. That's what I want to do because it gives you achievements. I don't need to play online right now.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just going to stick with just playing it locally and just doing it that way. I don't feel like playing multiplayer is going to give me anything because
Yeah, I really, even when this was announced, I'm like, who cares about the multiplayer?
if we play it locally, it'd be for nostalgic purposes. And that'd be about it. But
I mean, I would kind of care about it. I thought it would have been fun to play on stream and do multiplayer.
yeah.
I think the multiplayer and the experience, especially for people who play a lot of deathmatch, like it's going to be completely underwhelming, and you're going to be like, "This is stupid."
Remember how mad Rick got when we played it that one time on your downstairs in the fireplace room? We hooked up.
Oh, I barely.
Actually, no, it was at our townhouse.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did play it. Well, I mean, it did suck though.
We played it on the 64.
Yeah,
It
it
sucked,
sucked though.
Well,
That's
it's the
why.
same
But
thing.
this is a different feel.
This is different feel, but
Because
that I
it was
apparently
on
have to
the
get
64.
used to.
You were
That's
playing it on the toggle, and you had to use the C buttons to move up and down,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I know.
that's not the way you want to play it. But yeah, no, I'm probably just. I don't know about playing that multiplayer, but the game, the campaign is really nostalgic. I'm enjoying it, so
Yep.
We'll see. As far as our podcast goes, we'd like it if you guys hit that like button on our channel here, and also when you are not subscribed, be subscribed so you know when we're live. Hit that bell. We're going to be going live probably on Sunday around 5, I'm guessing. So make sure you guys are subscribed to our channel. And as far as our social media goes, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. PTOUnlimited, PTOUnlimited_podcast on Twitter or Instagram. So yeah, follow there, hit the follows on there, and we'll have our fan questions coming out here again. And then also make sure you guys are following our Discord and checking out our merch. And as far as me, make sure if you want to follow me on Twitter, it is @Mr. L.
Brett_wings.
Cute_kitty.
I got nothing.
The final note, I've got something. Happy birthday, Alex.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, is that tomorrow?
That is tomorrow. Wow, Brett, you're such a friend.
I was
He
pretty
said,
sure-
isn't that tomorrow?
Yeah, but
I
he
knew
got nothing.
It was not today because
It was not
today's the
today.
30th, and I was pretty sure it was the 30th or the 31st.
Everybody always guesses the
So-
30th, including this guy.
It wasn't the 30th. That's the 29th.
So you're
Fine,
gonna
the
yell at
29th.
me, and you don't even get it right.
No,
When we
weren't
first
dating.
started
okay.
dating, we were together for a month.
he got-
I was
he
on a
got me a-
road trip to see her, and I
He got me a keychain.
I didn't give her the keychain
Why not?
because it was the wrong
It was
birth
the wrong
date.
birthday.
Oh.
I gave her the birth date of my ex-girlfriend. But this was when I was
Yeah,
13,
I don't think you
14.
can be held
I was
accountable
14.
for
I was
that.
14. So stupid move. She never saw it
I never saw it, but
Until
I heard,
later.
I heard about it.
until I think you saw it later.
I did.
It
I
said
did see it
January
later.
29th, and I think it had like some.
I
kind of-
asked about it.
Yeah, you did.
I asked him. I was like, and I knew.
You knew?
I knew.
Did you? Oh,
I
well,
did.
it said January 29th, and at that point, you probably knew at that point that was the one I was talking about.
Yeah.
I think my sisters mentioned it to you like a year later. and
Probably.
It was at that point we've been together for so long that it didn't matter
No.
that I was
it was
embarrassed.
funny though.
But I got it, and then I remember us having a conversation about our birth dates, and I was like, "Oh, it's the 31st."
Oh yeah.
I gave her the keychain to my ex-girlfriend. So yeah, Alex's birthday is tomorrow, and I already got her birthday present, and she kind of sported it on her Snapchat, but that's only for friends. So you never really put that out anywhere else, did you? What?
It's on my TikTok as of like 4 a.m. last night.
That is not the same thing. You did a presentation on your Snapchat.
I know,
of
but I'm
your-
wearing it on my TikTok.
Okay, her latest TikTok has an image of it, which is actually kind
Are you
of.
gonna say what it is?
I mean, he got me on like this really cute long like black skirt that flares out and a bunch of like new tights and stuff. So it laminates. They're
She
really
always
cute.
complains she doesn't have any tights, and she
Oh,
doesn't
really?
have any skirts that fit her.
No, I don't. I just all my skirts that I've had are skirts that I've kept from high school. So
She was a size 0.
I
at
was
that
like a
time.
size 0, and even a 0 was too big for.
Well, actually, you went to a size 3 by the time you graduated.
No,
No?
no,
Oh, I thought
that
you
was
were.
not till college.
Oh, okay.
Like after college. Stupid metabolism that's not there anymore.
I gotta check and make sure we don't have any voicemails. But if you guys do want to leave a voicemail, make sure you call us 224-225-5780. We do have live voicemails that we do on our show here. We do screen them a little bit though, so we make sure you guys aren't saying the wrong things here. Does not look like we have any that are new. So yeah, I think that's it, guys. We can get on out of here. I appreciate you guys joining. You guys have anything?
Nope.
No? All right.
Nah.
No.
All right, let's go. Pro Bowls this weekend, but we'll be doing our Super Bowl predictions next week on Sunday. So,
Sunday.
yep, you guys have a good one. Bye.